All right, here we go. Welcome back to Golf Subpar with Colt, Knost, and Drew Stoltz. As always, presented by Fanatic Sportsbook. And when I bet, I like getting something back, even if I lose. That's why I bet with Fanatic Sportsbook. When I place a bet with them, I earn fan cash, win or lose. I can flip fan cash into bonus bets or use it for new team apparel on fanatics.com. Also, if you're a new customer, you'll get $200 in bonus bets when you sign up and bet $20 or more. Use code SUBPAR to claim it. Download Fanatic Sportsbook and let the fan cash flow. Must be 21 years and older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Connecticut residents, call 888-789-7777. Massachusetts residents, call 800-327-5050. New York residents, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. Maryland residents, visit mdgamblinghelp.org. All right, let's get to it, Sleaze. What a week for Justin Thomas, ending a 3-year winless drought with his 16th PGA Tour win at the RBC Heritage. Did it in a playoff over Andrew Novak. And man, what a finish that was. How about that 21-foot putt to win it on the first playoff hole?
Golf's running hot right now with the playoffs. We've had a lot.
How about the last 2 weeks?
Big tournaments, too. We got the Players. We had Masters, and now this week at the RBC. It's been nice. I thought that when it went to a playoff, Novak had a great chance to win that thing in reg. Might want that putt over. That wasn't his best effort there. But I thought I was like, this could go. I was feeling like we might have a 6-7 hole playoff, like nighttime comes, it could be an issue just with where that pin was on 18, how hard, it's tough to get it super close to that hole, and then going back to 17, but Justin Thomas put it to bed early, and we've been talking about him for a while, how good he looks. We said this was coming. Here it is. Big win for him. Monkey off the back. Not quite as big of a monkey as Rory just got off his back, but off and running. Was he up to 6th in the Ryder Cup standings? Probably.
In 6th in the world.
Go ahead and ink that one for Bethpage. And just a few weeks away from him going back to the place where he won his first ever major too. So adding a little thickness to the plot.
Man, it was so much fun. I got a front row seat. I walked with him all day on Sunday. I've seen it for a while. The ball striking has been there. You could tell some big things were coming. The putter has been the biggest issue. Went from 174th last year in strokes gained putting to now I believe he's inside the top 30 after this at Harbour Town. Got a little help from Xander Schauffele, who set him straight. Got him not really like a bunch of technical ideas, just helped him get a little plan to get back to putting how he was. But love seeing this. You could see how much it meant to him. Not only the drought, but first win as a father, just like his buddy Jordan Spieth did at Harbour Town. Really emotional win. But that golf course, man, You've had a chance to play it now. I rave about it all the time. I love it. I think it's one of the best golf courses on the PGA Tour. It's so unique. They're going to go in and do a little renovation. Do not mess it up. Whoever's involved, I know Davis Love is, your team, do not mess this gym up. Make little tweaks, but this place is special.
Put a little lipstick on her. We don't need a full facelift. That place is awesome. Watching that golf tournament, and they had perfect weather, postcard weather the entire time. But just watching the shots they hit and the different strategies. Some guys would hit a driver off a tee if it suits their eye. Other guys might not like that shape, and they hit an iron. There's just so much more thinking. Not only, I need to be in the fairway, but I need to be in the left side. I just feel like, especially for Justin Thomas, who's a guy we talk about having maybe more shots in his arsenal than at least the majority of the PGA Tour players, and a willingness to hit those in competition, flights it up, flights it down, off-speed stuff. It just feels like it activates like the creative part of the game, which I think gets lost like week in, week out, where more often than not, dude, it's just grab dog, hit it as hard as you can, figure it out from there. I would say I wish we could have more courses like this on the PGA Tour, but I'm not sure there are more courses like this in the United States. That thing's one of one as far as I'm aware, and it is, I would say, awesome watching golf around there.
The only other one you could probably compare, which PGA Tour's played there, LPGA's played there, is Sahalee.
Yeah, in terms of like being just claustrophobic on tees and things like that. Yeah, and I think that one, I don't know if that's just a distance issue why they're not up there anymore. There were some great PGAs back there in the day, but it's nice to see guys of all different skill sets have a chance. And virtually everyone we talked to, we were out there on Wednesday, they all love that type of golf.
There's not one person.
I just don't know where you can go to find more of it for the PGA Tour.
There's not one person to be like, this place sucks. I wish we weren't here this week.
Yeah, I mean, they all love it. It's just a nice breath of fresh air, and it makes sense that a guy like JT, who can move it around and hit it both ways and hit different shapes and trajectories, plays well there. But the putter, that's the main thing. I mean, that's finally cooperating for him.
Yeah, and the crowds were unbelievable. Saturday, I've never seen the place like that. It was buzzing. Sundress Corner
was it down
fire.
There? Nice.
Some nice scenery running around. Shout out to Steve Wilmot and all his team. They put on a great show. It was so much fun. I love that area. Love going back. People are just so nice. And like you said, the perfect weather brought out the crowds. It was great, but so pumped for JT.
Huge.
This is big. And Joe Griner, second week on the bag, filling in for Revy, JT's normal caddy. And we had JT on our SiriusXM show this morning. So everybody knows, like, Revy's his guy going forward. He was hurt, couldn't go with the Masters, decided to take another week off, just try to rest up because JT's got a couple weeks off before the Truist Championship up in Philly. Some might call it the house that Sleeves built.
A lot of people
Philly
call it
Cricket
that.
Club.
Yep.
But Revy will be back on the bag. So we can put that to bed. Is Joe going to stay with Justin and all this? Super pumped for Joe, though. It was awesome. He did a great job out there with Justin, and very happy for both of them.
Yeah, for him going just a couple of weeks ago, sitting around Masters, he's used to being there to being like, I don't have a job. I don't know when I'm going to get paid next. You know, I have no doubt wherever Joe lands, it's going to be a good bag because he's going to have a lot of opportunity. But just when you look at the top tier guys like Max, JT, we just got it for, like, those bags don't open up a whole lot. Joe Scovin would be one of the only ones I can think of recently who kind of walked into right place, right time with Ludwig, but they had a hell of a run. There was a lot of speculation about, hey, this will be full time. I didn't necessarily disagree with any of that, too. I was like, after a win, it's kind of hard to park a guy. But, yeah, put it to bed. Revy will be back on the bag shortly.
All right, the RBC Heritage wasn't the only show on the PGA Tour this weekend, and a tough one for us, man. Oof. Friend of the program. We've had him on a couple of times, and he's a fan favorite. But Joel Damon, bogeying the last 3 holes to lose by 1, missed the little 2-foot putt on 17 for par. Garrett Higo ends up being your champion, his second win on the PGA Tour, but just gutted for Joel, man. I know he handled it with class afterwards, went in there, did an interview when he didn't have to. I know how much it hurt. I'm sure didn't sleep very well Sunday night. That one was his. Was leading wire to wire, set the course record on Thursday. 16 under through 2 rounds. 14 under ends up getting the win. I mean, he was at 17 with 6 holes to play on Sunday. Tough one, man. Golf's a cruel game, and it just shows you how hard it is to win out there.
Yeah, it's easy sitting at home watching, being like, what are you doing? But you have no idea what's going on the inside. That interview, dude, I almost teared up during it. You could hear Joel just trying to get through it. His voice was shaking. He was so honest. Like, we got to give him huge props for even getting up and doing that. We've seen a number of guys recently when they take some tough L's, not get up there. Now recently we've had Justin Rose and Joel Damon after gut-wrenching losses to get up there and do it. But the putt on 17, that was just keep a one-up lead. And then 18, you want some cushion going into 18 because 18's a monster. I think he had 220 into that hole. That's a tough one, but it's a bogey 4 of the last 6. Like, Garrett Higo wins, but the people look back and think of this tournament, that's going to be like, oh, that's the one that Joel had. And, man, he even mentioned it in his interviews, like, this is going to take a while to get over. Because this is a guy who had to battle till the last shot just to keep, like, he had an unbelievable Sea Island just to keep his tour card. Is a huge story, playing really good golf, but he could have 2-year exemption, all the bells and whistles that come with winning, like, just a breath of fresh air. Like, I have a job for 2 years after what he went through last year. I would argue that this loss was more hurtful to a guy, meant more than the recent ones we've seen where guys didn't do, interviews, just because this is like to keep a job potentially.
Yeah, it just shows you what pressure does to these great players. We saw it 2 weeks ago with one of the best in the world, and Rory McIlroy hitting a wedge shot on 13 that you give him a billion golf balls. Yeah. The only one that's going in Ray Creek is the one that mattered. And that was on Sunday at the Masters. That putt Joel Damon missed on 17. I don't care if you're playing against your worst enemy. You probably slap that one back to him. That's how close it was. So just a gut-wrenching loss. But he's playing some really good golf. I think if we can just take some positives out of it, he's off to a very nice start this year. But, yeah, he missed out on a lot of things that come with winning on the PGA Tour. We're gutted for him. Hopefully he bounces back. Playing with Harry Higgs this week down in New Orleans.
That'll get you happy.
Yeah.
This is actually a perfect time for that, to have like a team golf. It's a little lighter down there than it is on a given week. And, yeah, that's the one thing, as brutal as this is for Joel. It's like, dude, you're playing really good. Like, still second, T2, in the worst thing in the world. But the way that one looked, I mean, that was the entire week.
We were close to having 3 wins on Golf Subpar this week. Justin Thomas, almost Joel Damon, and then Neil Shipley won on the Korn Ferry Tour.
How about the kid?
He's up to 3rd on the points list. Congratulations, Neil. Awesome to see one in the playoff with a really like 28-foot birdie putt there. Cool to see. And he looks like he's going to be on the PGA Tour next year.
That'd be nice. We could use one of the young guys coming up. Get Clanton up there soon. Be a nice little influx of talent.
All right. Well, I'm home for a couple of days. Just did week 2 of 9 in a row. I'm headed to the Zurich Classic down in New Orleans. You're heading to the 702, Las Vegas, Nevada. the 8 a.m. Invitational. You're going to be in the house. A lot of celebs there. Justin Timberlake, Travis Kelce, just to name a few. But I know you're going to be up there. You're taking the sticks, and you ain't taking them to the airport.
Never. Just took them to South Carolina, to and from. Guess what? Got a notification. The boys are already back, and they're safe. Like we said before, if you travel and you play golf, there's only one way to do it, and that's with our boys over at Ship Sticks. You used them recently. I mean, I got to use the carry-on bag for our live show down there in Hilton Head. Bypassed all the bags. Quick, easy. Got to the airport like 30 minutes on the way home. Boom, walked on the plane, took off. Changes the whole game. So if you haven't used it, use it. You'll never not use it again. And right now, ShipSticks is offering our listeners 20% off your first shipment when you go to shipsticks.com and use the code SUBPAR20. Go to shipsticks.com, use code SUBPAR20 to get 20% off your first shipment and save yourself the hassle this golf season. That's shipsticks.com. Make sure you use the code SUBPAR20 so they know we sent you. Bam. Easy.
I'm going to need you to hydrate up there, okay?
Buddy,
take it slow.
I have like kind of sweaty hands.
Cocktail
thinking about
water. Cocktail water.
Really?
You know the little trick I did in Nashville?
Right down the pipe this year.
I did this in Nashville a couple trips ago. Set my alarm when we started the day every hour. Reminds me to just drink a bottle of water.
That's nice. Yeah. Hey, idiot. Drink something.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I hit snooze several times towards the end.
I'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get
I'll get to that later. In the last 2 years, the way it's shaken out, we've had some injuries. 2 years ago, Dr. J went down with some sort of an injury. Got to play with Nate Bargatze. Shout out Nate. Awesome. And then last year, Timberlake with a little neck piece. And then came in, played with Jimmy Fallon. It's been an unbelievable trip. But yeah, you gotta monitor yourself.
Hydrate.
You gotta be very disciplined, which luckily I am, as you know.
Yes, you are. But very jealous. Wish I could make it. We got to go down to the Bayou, get after it down there in New Orleans. It's going to be a lot of fun. Where Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry, your defending champions, and rather large favorites. I think you're going off at plus 350 for them to bring home the title again. But this is a cool week, man. Zurich does a great job down there. I think it saved this tournament going to the team event. It's really entertaining, getting the alternate shot 2 of the 4 days. Really stressful coming down the stretch on Sunday, but no surprise to see them as the betting favorites. And you're coming off kind of a greasy.
Oh, I'd take all the grease in the world. Well, kind of greasy, kind of not. Russell Henley, top 10, plus 220, I believe. He was in the top 10 the entire week. From the start, Thursday was right up there, and then he fell out like middle of the front 9 on Sunday. And with a handful of holes, I was like, dude, he's going to finish 12th after being up here the entire week. Shout out him, birdieing 16 and 17, coming down the stretch to grease a little 8th. You got to have some grease. JT holing out from the fairway for you, top 10 in Phoenix. You need it. We deserve it.
Mine was the other way because both of our guys were in the top 10 going into Sunday. I had Patrick Cantlay, who just prints money around Harbor Town. He's rolling along. I believe he's in 6th place. We got 5 holes to play. Just get this baby to the house, PC, and we're going to cash another winning ticket. Double the tough par 3, 14th. Pars,
what a hole.
15, the par 5, very gettable. And bogey 16, ends up finishing T13. Just rip my heart out and stomp on it, Patrick Cantlay. I won't hold it against you. We're going to try to battle back this week and make some money at the Zurich Classic.
There's some numbers you can text if you want to talk about it.
But you've been on a nice little roll. So let's keep this going.
Let's go.
I think combined, we've hit like 7 in a row.
It's been a nice. Hell of a good run. They have been they're not even money. We got some plus 200s in there.
And with the team event, little different here. Yep. I'm going with a top 10 play. Guy who finished 2nd in Punta Cana last week, and then a guy who finished tied for 11th at Harbor Town. By the way, tied for 11th, just made $480,000. How are the purses on the PGA Tour these days?
Good time to be good.
All right, give me Kashmir Keith Mitchell and James Tyree Poston to top 10 plus 180.
I'd love it. Better than top 10. How about a top 1 for the boys?
I'm okay with that, too.
That would be nice. That's a good little complimentary tandem, too, with the way Keith drives it, irons it, and JT with that putter. I'm kind of doing the same thing here with mine. I'm going top 10 again, going to try to stay hot. 2 guys that I think pair up really well together. I don't really care. I'm not really looking at like recent form and stuff going into this, being that the format's so different. But give me Aaron Rai and Sahith Theegala, plus 260. You got Aaron Rai, who's sneaky at the top of almost all the main ball striking stats out there. The guy's rock solid. And then Sahith, and by the way, one of the most accurate for alternate shot day. That's a nice thing to have if you're Sahith Theegala. And then Sahith, on top of that, if they do hit some wayward iron shots, it's hard to find a better short game out there around the green. So I love that little tandem, complementary skill sets there. So Aaron Rai, Sahith, plus 260.
Yep.
Stay hot.
you download the Fanatic Sportsbook app and join us in these plays. We're going to have a season-long race, see what happens at the end, but it's been a nice little roll so far. One thing, just be careful real quick. Seth Theegala, dealing with a little rib issue, got a little banged up in Hilton Head, struggled the last day. Ball striking's been a little off, but dealing with a little rib injury. So hopefully gets that cleaned up. A little Cajun food in
Yeah, I was
we'll
going to say, a little
right
jambalaya will fix that right up. They got voodoo doctors down there. They'll fix them up. They'll be all right.
All right. Well, let's get to our guest this week. We've had a few LPGA girls on in the past, and we got another one joining us this week. Sarah Schmelzel, who is looking for her first win out there. She lives here in Phoenix, played on the Solheim Cup last year. Incredible personality. Had so much fun with her. Also, teamed it up this week at the Chevron Major Championship. So we know what Subpar does to players. Okay?
This would be a real indicator.
How about a little Sarah Schmelzel Subpar episode and just parlay it right into her first win and have it be a major championship. Here's Sarah Schmelzel on Subpar.
All right, we have one of Phoenix, Arizona's finest joining us today, entering her 7th year on the LPGA Tour, member of the 2024 Solheim Cup team, and drags Colt's ass around the gym every morning. Sarah Schmelzel in the house. How we doing?
Good, thanks for having me.
How was the work? Did you guys get after it this morning?
I did. She wasn't there.
Oh, shit. Tough
Where
one.
were you?
He's always holding me accountable. I was at the golf course at work.
Oh, you have a tournament this week. Yeah, I don't have a tournament. This is my work here. But anyway, speaking of the Solheim Cup, any logistical issues getting here to the Subpar studios or?
No,
everything smoothly?
No, everything was smooth.
Did you hang out at Jiffy Lube, or where were they? Where were they housing everybody? Something like that,
where
wasn't
it was. Yeah, it was a real cluster. We'll say that.
All right. Well, see, we try to keep it tight and smooth around here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we let everyone under their own transportation.
Yeah,
we don't do
exactly.
shit.
You get your ass here, bring your own water, whatever. Just come sitting down and talk to us.
Take care of yourself.
Let's go back to the start because I believe your dad got you involved in the game, and your dad is quite a special man down at U of A right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your start and what he's doing.
Yeah, for sure. So my dad got both my brother and myself into golf. He was a huge golf fanatic. He didn't play much growing up, but when he got to about 30, he started to just kind of dive into it, wanted to pick something up, couldn't really play basketball as much and baseball as much anymore, and just became a total student of the game. Loved Hogan, loved Nicklaus, and just studied. And my brother's 6 years older than me, so he got my brother into it first, and annoying little sister, once I came along, just kind of followed them around wherever they were. And so it was always a family affair. And my earliest memories are just the three of us going out after school and playing golf. And so it's been such a journey with him just to kind of get to this point, And yeah, it's really cool. Now he is the head coach of the adaptive golf team down at the University of Arizona. He's been there about a year now, and it's just been so cool to see him shine. He loves to help people, but he's got such a great attitude about the game and all it can bring all of us. And so I think being able to share that passion for golf with these incredible athletes is just, it's kind of his calling, and it's been really cool to see.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Awesome to hear. And by the way, big win for U of A last night against Oregon.
Absolutely, I know. What a nail biter.
By the way, they didn't cover, which I'm very disappointed in.
They are complete idiots, and I hate them for many reasons. But yes, a nice win.
But they're moving on.
They tried to lose. They tried to lose.
God, over and over. I'll tell you what's cool for your pops, like as a guy with 2 daughters, I would love if at some point they're like, the only thing they want to do is like, hey, come to the golf course with me.
Right, for sure. I mean, even once my brother was off at college, it was pick me up from high school or pick me up from middle school, and it was straight to the first tee. We never really hit balls, and he made it so fun right from the beginning. And it's been really cool to share, obviously, the success and this journey with him, because it wasn't that long ago that I was a little kid watching the LPGA Tour out at my home course at Moon Valley, and to be able to flip rolls and I'm inside the ropes and he's there watching and it's me instead of someone else is just, it's really full circle.
You were there when Annika shot 59, right? At Moon Valley.
Yeah. So
you should do that.
I don't. Should I? That's a good idea, guys. Yeah. So he pulled me out of school that day. I got called to the front desk, and I was like, "Oh God, like what did I do?" And my dad was standing there, and he was like, "We're going to Moon Valley. Annika's doing something really amazing today." And my elementary school was 7 minutes from Moon Valley. So we got out there, and I don't remember much of it, but it was. I kind of just remember the energy. So many people that were out there watching, and all watching one person, and that just really sparked my love for it. I was like, I guess seeing Moon Valley from my sense, where it was just me going out and playing, to then what it looked like when a tournament was there and when the GOAT was there playing and doing what she did, it just really sparked how much I wanted to go into this. And yeah, it was cool to play hooky for a day and get to witness history.
What a dad yanking you out of school to go to golf.
Love
he used to do it for, I guess maybe I shouldn't out him like this, but it would, during Phoenix Open Week, he would pull me out of school to go to practice rounds and all kinds of stuff. So, like I said, he always made it fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
What's your low at Moon Valley?
Oh gosh, I think 62.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a little work to do.
Knocking on the door.
Creeping
but...
up on it.
Keep
Before all the
practice
golf
hard.
stuff,
Yeah.
I didn't know this until yesterday. State champion gymnast.
Yeah.
And you just passed. You said, "Screw it. I'm over being state champ. I don't want to do something else."
I was a figure skater and a gymnast, so just 3 really weird sports to be in.
We have so much in
You
common.
had a good shot at the Olympics, though.
I know, right? Yeah, I was a gymnast, and I would say I was really into it. I don't think my parents ever thought I would pick golf. And my brother was going out on the road for the summer, just JGAA stuff, and I was old enough to do, 10 and under, 11 and 12 division. And I was like, sure, what the heck? I'll go with you guys. And I just loved it. I thought it was so much fun to travel around, thought it was amazing to play in tournaments. And I think I came home from that summer and I can remember standing in the kitchen with my parents being like, I want to play golf. And they were like, excuse me? You want to do what? And from then we just kind of took off with it. But yeah, I don't think anyone ever thought that I would choose this one.
Yeah, you're one of the best juniors in the country, and you took your talents just down the road to South Carolina.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got Arizona State, U of A, some pretty good programs. California's pretty close.
Yeah.
All the way to South Carolina. Why did we choose there?
I was a bit of a late bloomer, so I didn't really get recruited very much. I was actually at a tournament I think it was in Orlando, and my college coach was watching another player in the group and, just, I guess, decided to start recruiting me at the same time, in the group. She liked what she saw, I guess, and she just instilled so much belief in me from the very beginning that it just made me really fired up to want to go play for her. I probably couldn't have told you where South Carolina was on a map at that point.
Below North.
Yeah, below the North one. And I went for a visit and I just fell in love. I honestly really wanted to go to a good football school. That was...
I love that.
First,
Don't underestimate the value of a good football team on recruiting.
yeah, no. I really, really wanted a full sports experience. Football was number one for me. If basketball was great, I could deal with that too because I grew up going to a bunch of U of A basketball games. But I really wanted to go to the SEC. So it all just kind of clicked into place. Wasn't really exactly what I was planning on, but I'm so glad I went. It was the experience of a lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a very solid football program. They were good when you were there for a little bit. I mean, the women's basketball team.
Yeah.
They don't lose.
They
No, they
never.
don't.
But I need to know some more about this football, okay?
Okay.
Give me Sarah Schmelzel's like tailgating. How do we plan the day of a game when you don't have a golf tournament to get ready for?
Yeah, 100%. Well, we had some of the men's team, the football stadium, we'll say right in the middle, and there were condos on one end and condos on the other end. And I lived in one of the condos on one end and the men's team lived in condos on the other end. And so I would say we gravitated mostly towards theirs, but there was also tailgating right outside of mine. So we would just, start about as early as you could, especially you'd wake up even for a noon game and it'd be 8:00 in the morning. You'd open the windows and just lined wall to wall of tailgaters. So we started early and we did it often. So it was an all day experience. It was the best.
Good SEC girl.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever go any road games?
No, I actually didn't. I haven't experienced like Alabama, Ole Miss, those.
Clemson?
No.
They go back and forth?
They do go back and forth, but I haven't been. I don't like them very much.
I was gonna say, is that the biggest hatred, Clemson?
Yes, that's our rival. I would say Georgia's pretty high up there too, but the Clemson hatred is probably the most.
I believe it was y'all's freshman year when you both were top 10 in the country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we beat Georgia on the road actually when we were at a tournament in Athens.
Oh.
So we were in some restaurant in downtown Athens just hooting and
freaking
hollering.
out.
Yeah, everyone hated us.
Sure, your food was great.
Yeah, right.
So Georgia is that your most hated SEC school?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then sorry, I forgot I was just about to ask.
That's okay.
who was the quarterback when you were there? I'm trying to think of like the era.
Connor Shaw.
Oh yeah.
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 And then gosh, who came after him? It's gonna come to me eventually.
You were there for 2.5 years of Spurrier?
2.5. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think he left my junior year.
Ball
Yeah.
coach. What a guy.
Did you ever
Yeah.
get to spend any
Oh,
time with
yeah.
him?
No, I saw him at the golf course once or twice.
Yeah.
He lived on one of our home courses, so I met him. But no, I wish. He seems like such a character. I would love to get to
I
know
think,
him.
people
Yeah.
seem to like hanging out with him.
Big
Yeah.
fans of him.
Was that Jadeveon Clowney era?
Yes, he lived in the same condo I
You guys
did.
work out
so he
together?
almost ran over me with his car a couple times, but
He ran
in
over
the
a lot of
parking
people.
in
Yeah.
the parking garage. But yeah, he was there at least 2 years that I was there, I think.
Might feel better getting hit by a car than him.
No, 100%.
That had to be fun going to weight room, catch a little golf team workout, and then just see him.
And then you see those guys,
Oh
you're
my
like,
God.
oh,
It's different.
I'll lift my 10-pounders over here.
Yeah. Like current day, are you still locked in every
Oh,
Saturday?
Locked in. Yes, I'm trying to right now get a group of people on tour caddies and players to a game this fall.
Okay.
We're trying to plan it out on the schedule, but oh yeah, super locked in.
I
And
like
you had
that.
a Scottsdale quarterback for a while, Spencer
Spencer
Rattler.
Rattler,
Yes, yeah,
down
absolutely.
there.
Mhm.
Scottsdale become a little feeder.
I know,
Sending
little
all our
feeder
best
schools,
to
yeah.
Columbia.
Y'all got a lot of love on game day this year.
Mhm.
McAfee was obsessed because he claimed he was the mayor of Cocktown.
Yeah,
He
it's a good
loves.
place to
He
be.
loves.
That was such. When my college coach, my mom, when she first met her, she's wearing a hat and it just says Cox across the front. And my mom's just staring at it and she walks straight up to her. She goes, I'm sorry, but what does your hat say?
You read it right.
And that was
It's-
a big selling point for me
Oh.
too. Football team and mascot.
And you get to have shirts that say Cox, and
Yeah,
no one can say
exactly.
anything. They played Oregon State, or no, in something. I don't know if it was baseball, maybe like College World Series. They got a good baseball
Yeah.
team, and so I was like, it was like Cox and
And
Beavers,
Beavers.
and I was like, this is the internet.
Yeah.
This is going to be the
Gonna
best week of
explode,
the
yeah.
internet in the history of mankind. Yeah, it was so good. You're a St. Louis Cardinal fan too?
Yeah, my dad's from St. Louis.
Oh, there you
so,
go. I was
yeah,
going to ask
the
how that
connection,
came out.
yeah.
Favorite Cardinal
Oh,
ever?
yeah.
Albert Pujols.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man.
He comes out to the Rock every spring training.
Does he?
He's got this truck that is, I mean,
It's like bulletproof.
I'm pretty
or
sure a
something.
nuclear bomb wouldn't explode this thing. I mean, it's like $1 million truck it's
That's unreal.
absurd. I've never seen anything like it. They can't park it anywhere.
Yeah.
Takes up half the parking lot.
That's
Speaking of feeling inadequate, you stand next to him, you're just like, hey, look at his arms. And I'm just like,
Enormous.
what the fuck? Like, we're
Enormous.
not the same
Yeah.
species.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's
What is-
great.
He's a
His son's a
monster.
good golfer.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good golfer. Before we get back to our interview with Sarah Schmelzel, I want to tell you about Odyssey. Sarah actually rolls an Odyssey Toulon design, and she can roll the rock, and it can help you too, because Odyssey isn't just the #1 putter brand, it dominates globally. #1 putter on every major tour, PGA, LPGA, DP World, you name it. It's not a close race. Significantly more tour pros choose Odyssey over the next closest competitor. #1 in worldwide wins, #1 in money earned. Tour pros know performance matters, and they know Odyssey delivers. See what Odyssey can do for you at odysseygolf.com. Now back to Sarah Schmelzel.
I got a question for you about, like, we're talking Arizona, where you went and stuff. PGA Tour and LPGA Tour.
Mhm.
Look at it. It's 85 degrees out here. It's about, you can play golf 360 days a year if you want to. Why so few native Arizonans on tour? Like, I don't know how many,
Yeah.
exactly how many LPG. Is there any others besides you? Native?
I don't think so. We've got one more native. Actually, yeah, one more native that's on Epson right now. Lindsay Weaver's another one. She's from Ohio, but I grew up playing junior golf here with her.
Okay.
I don't know. That's a great question.
You know?
You would think it's like a huge breeding ground for professional golf, but I don't know. I think it's hard to take a day off as a golfer in Phoenix. And I don't know if being from somewhere else, somewhere colder, you almost have a better relationship with golf, you know, I don't know if that makes sense, but sometimes in the off season, I'm like, well, it's 70 degrees outside. I should probably go play golf, but like you could take a month off and you could be fine.
I have a
You
theory
know?
as
And you
well.
can burn out.
I have
Yeah,
a theory.
100%.
What?
I just think it's so perfect here
They
all
were
the
soft?
time.
100%.
They're soft?
I'm just saying you're not used to playing in shit
Oh, yeah.
conditions. So most of the time, I mean, it's not 70 and sunny and no
Right.
wind everywhere you go. You go to tough places, it's windy, it's cold, you play in shit weather, and
Yeah.
a lot of people aren't used to that.
Yeah, when my first semester in Columbia, I had no idea what dormant grass was.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
And so I spent a month just thinning balls because I thought I was hitting off of hard pan. And I remember the first time I couldn't feel my hands playing golf. And I asked one of my teammates, I was like, what do you do when you can't feel your hands? Like, you just have no clue because you play in an absolute dome here 24/7. That's a really good point.
And Bermuda, I think, too.
Yeah.
So much pro golf played on Bermuda. I mean, when I went to TC, like, first semester, I was like, I haven't gotten up and down this semester. Unless it goes in the bunker. That's the only way I can get it up and down. Because that's like an art. I think people that grow up with that, it's just different. You out here, you chip off this rye that's not even rough. I mean, it's like chipping off turf.
It just sits on top of it.
I don't like it. Sticky. My club stops.
Who do we got on the PGA Tour current? Ches.
That's actually from here?
Native. Charlie Belgian was on for a minute. I think Frankie Sappin.
Yeah, Matt McCarty, is he from here or no?
Matt McCarty went to high school here, I believe. Yeah.
So
there's a couple new ones now, but for a while, Ches.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the best place you could be to play golf. It's wild. Yeah, I just didn't know if there was an answer for that.
I think it's even tough, like playing at Moon Valley. It's got trees on it. You know, it's not fully desert, and I like that because, I mean, desert golf, you can have these huge fairways, and then you go somewhere like Sahali last year for KPMG, and it's like it's one extreme to the other. But you know what I mean? Like, if you're not seeing anything off the ground, it's really hard to go somewhere where you've got trees or you've got like obstacles to go around, and you're just not used to it.
I have never played there, and I want to so bad.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, it looks like Harbor Town is narrow. That place is just a whole other level.
It's unbelievable, and you can't get through any of those trees. Like, if you hit one, it is going down.
Or it's catching it, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd probably win there.
Bubba Watson, go play out there. That'd be sick.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I don't know if the camera makes it look narrower, like, you know, it does with some stuff, but there's a few shots from I'm like, is that a joke? I mean, 100%. How many guys would be hitting their second shot from 20 yards in front 100%.
Of them?
Got a lot of friends that I would love to take up there and play for a rather large amount.
That would be a nice
Who don't really know their starting line when it comes off the driver. Sometimes it's left in a fade, sometimes it's right in a draw. That'd be fun there.
No, it's a good one.
Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little game of whack fuck.
A whack fuck, yeah.
You're coming off career year on the LPGA Tour, shit ton of top 10s, made the Solheim Cup team. But I got to know, like, how hungry are you to get that first win on the LPGA Tour?
Yeah, I mean, I guess last year, even though it was my 6th year, it was really my first taste at contention and big time moments. And, you know, it's once you're there or even in contention, you've experienced it, nothing feels like it. So every time you're not in contention, you're like, damn it, I just want to get back into it. And that next step for me is winning. It's obviously, I think winning is a culmination of a lot of things coming together goal wise and just, I guess, sticking towards my process and how I go about things. It kind of falls into place, but every time I'm near it now, it's all I want. You know, I just want to win, and I want to win multiple times and win big events.
It's like a drug.
Kind of.
You know? How much is an emphasis on like speed and distance on the LPGA Tour? Because I mean, men's game, I mean, you can go down to college right now, and it's just, I'm like, dude, kids are hitting 180 ball speed like it's nothing. Is it the same way? LPGA?
Yeah, I mean, especially in the last couple of years, the girls that are coming out, they hit it so much further. Like right off the bat, and you have college programs that I think that are really diving into getting the girls to hit it further too. So it's becoming a premium. I would say when I first got out there in 2019, you had girls that hit it far, but it wasn't as big of an advantage as it is now. I mean, a lot of our bunker carries now instead of 220 or 240. And if you can carry a 240, it changes the golf course immensely for you rather than, you know, playing to a fat part of the fairway. So I would say people just keep getting longer and longer, and it's actually becoming a huge part of the women's game.
Are you above average distance wise?
Yeah, above average.
So give me a club head speed and ball speed for you.
Like maybe like averaging 45 ball speed.
145 ball speed, so if like I'm 98 club head speed?
Yeah, like if I'm around 100, I'm
nothing
pretty
wrong
happy.
with that.
I was about to say, you guys have a lot in common. You work out together, you're on the same speed program.
Good alternate shot partner.
Yeah, I was 106 the other day right out of the gate, just saying.
Oh my God, this gym, this trainer is a fucking miracle worker.
Body by Carson.
What's the longest? Who's the longest? And what are they?
Man, we don't have like the same stats on who swings at what during golf tournaments. So I don't know exactly who swings it as fast or, you know, faster than everyone else. But I would say Nellie's long. Lexi's really long too.
Yeah.
They're 1 and 2, but Nellie can freaking bomb it. Like she can tear apart a golf course with her length, and she is so straight.
Is Lexi retired or not retired?
Retired from full time.
Oh, just part-time gig.
Yeah, part-time
That's
gig.
nice.
It's a good gig
Good job.
to have.
You can get it. Yeah, I was about to say.
Living the dream.
Play the majors or whatever else you want, and then dip. That's nice.
By the way, you mentioned Nelly. I mean, that golf swing, it's just...
Oh, it's unbelievable.
It's perfect. It's a robot.
I know.
I mean, imagine if her and Ludwig had a baby.
Oh,
Good God.
perfect. Wins
Byron,
everything.
Byron. Be unbelievable.
Is she the one that, like, if you play, like, we ask this to a lot of guys, and it's always Rory. Like, who do you walk by on the range, and, like, or who makes you, like, insecure about your game? It's like, Rory, I see him hit driver. Is she the one on the LPGA Tour that we're just like, damn, that's going to be tough to beat?
Yeah, I mean, you play with her and she has so much control over a golf ball. And like I said, she hits it far, but she's also so good at just like feeling her way around a golf course. And she's got that mental edge where she's never out of it. I mean, she won, what was it, 7 times in a row last year. And a few of those are come from behinds, or a few of those are screwing up at the beginning of the round, and then she turns it into a 5-under, and then she goes on the rest of the weekend and wins. So she's just that person where if she's lurking, if she's 4 out of the lead on Sunday, you're like, she's got a chance.
Yeah. We've seen some of the girls come over and play on the PGA Tour. What are your thoughts on that? I think Lexi was the last one to do it.
Yeah, Lexi
in Vegas.
did
Shot
in
69.
Vegas had a shot.
Yeah, 69 on Friday. Missed cut by a shot, I think.
Yeah, impressive.
What are your thoughts? Would that be something you might be interested in one day, or do you think we should see more of that?
Like mixed events, or specifically going and playing PGA Tour events?
Both.
I mean, I think it's cool that, like, I don't have the firepower to go play in a PGA Tour event. I'm not going to hit it far enough. I'm going to, be getting around with hybrids and 3-woods into some greens, I think. So I think if you can go do it, go for it. Like, I think it's amazing that Lexi can go and, shoot, just like you said, shoot 69 on Friday, have a chance to make the cut and be competing with PGA Tour players. I think the mixed events would be huge. I think on both sides, honestly. I think it's such an amazing display of golf as a whole. Like, you have guys that can overpower courses, and you have women that can really kind of like plot their way around courses a little bit more, and you mix those two and you see them both happening at the same time. You really see like where the state of golf is and how good both sides of it are. I really think when, Grant Thornton, a lot of the feedback that has come out of it is that PGA Tour guys are really impressed with how good LPGA Tour players are. And same goes the other way. Like, I heard Lydia when she won with Jason Day, she said it's unbelievable how committed he is to every single shot. There's so much to learn from both sides of it. And I think given that platform for both men and women, it just kind of humanizes all of us, see some personality, and I think it can only grow the game.
All right, before we get back to our interview with Sarah, a quick message presented by Enterprise Mobility. The road to opportunity is often the road overlooked. That's why Enterprise Mobility offers new roads to help drive your business forward. With mobility solutions like fleet management, flexible truck rental, and an unmatched global network, they can help your business find the right solutions. Their mobility experts can find smarter ways to scale your business, so you're not just growing bigger, you're getting bigger. The more ways we all have to move forward, the further we'll all go. Find your road at enterprisemobility.com. Now back to Sarah. I heard a little rumor, I don't know where I read it, but there's talks, the internet, which of course it's right.
Believe everything.
That the Olympics in LA, they were talking about making the Olympics potentially mixed.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
And doing like, I don't know if it's a joint medal then, or if there's a men's side and a women's side and a joint side, or how they would do it. But yeah, talks of that. Which
at
would
least
be,
an element of mixed would be cool, I would think.
U.S. would be tough.
Very
hard to beat.
Tough. If it was 4 deep or something.
Yeah.
Where's that on your list of goals to make an Olympic team?
Oh, I mean, besides Solheim, it's getting to the Olympics, especially with it being in LA. It'd be so sick to do an Olympics in America.
Solheim Cup, rate the nerves. Because you're one of 2 rookies on the team this past year, and you're the anchor match on the first day.
Right.
Going out there. Give me an idea of what that morning was like getting ready for that.
Yeah, I would honestly say the last practice day was where I had the most nerves, anticipation. I went out with Lilia for the practice round, and they said, all right, you're doing alternate shot right now. Let's see what you guys have. I think we went out and we shot 3 or 4 under on 9 holes. So, but I was so nervous because I was like, I want to be in this pairing tomorrow. I want to be in this role. And I really hope that I can perform and impress Stacy to put us out for this pairing tomorrow. I would say on Friday, you just are so ready to get going. It's more excitement necessarily than nerves, but I wasn't hitting the first tee shot, an alternate shot, which was good. So I didn't really have to deal with that. But the 6-iron that I had at 7:50 in the morning from the fairway, I was really praying I didn't hit hosel. My hands were shaking so bad and my legs were jello. So I was happy to get that.
Imagine if there were some people there not stuck at the Jiffy Lube.
Yeah.
Would have been real nerve-wracking.
No shit. Way to go.
So you didn't
Logistics team.
So you didn't know until the practice session the day before that you were actually going to play in the first session.
I knew that the numbers that Stacy had run, that I was big for alternate shot more so than, best ball. So I knew that I just didn't really know who I was playing with yet. And I hadn't played a practice round of actually doing alternate shot. So it was just like, kind of throw you into the fire and see if you guys are a good match.
And you were one of the captain's picks, right?
Yeah.
How confident were you that you were going to get that phone call? And B, do you remember getting the call?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you're 100% confident until you actually get it. I felt confident, like I had put all my best stuff out there, that, I felt like I had done enough to earn a pick. But at the end of the day, it's Stacy's choice. Our cutoff was the British Open, so we're all in St. Andrews, and I knew that I would know Sunday night. And I got done with my round maybe 4 hours before the leaders got done, and there were some world ranking numbers that needed to shake out in order to go my way with some of the people in the last few groups. And so, fortunately, it shook out in my favor. The world ranking spots stayed what they were, and Stacy called me maybe 2-3 minutes after Lydia finished out and said, "Hey, can you meet me in the gym?" And Stacy and Angela were in there, and Stacy kind of slow played me. She was like, I know you've worked really hard and you've been through a lot this year, but we'd really love to have you. And Angela whipped her head around,
cruel.
and she goes,
on,
"Why
Stace.
did you do that? I thought you changed your mind on her."
That's cruel.
So
Wow.
it was very emotional.
That's I'd rather it be over the phone. That'd be tough.
I
Hey,
feel like
come
once
meet
you
me.
get face to face, though, you got to feel like more confident than the phone call. Like, she's not going
Right.
to crush my life here.
Face to face.
Right. And then say, "All right, thanks.
Yeah,
See you.
right.
Good try.
You'd
See you
hope
later."
not.
Yeah, you would think. But after she did that, who knows?
Yeah.
One thing that I learned about you recently, because most of the time when people have an injury, it can be ruin their career or end it. But you actually told me you had a pretty serious injury that probably made your career even better.
Yeah. So
What is this? What is this injury that I need to get?
I got pictures of it. Don't worry. We can.
Do you?
Yeah.
It was actually at the gym, and
It's dangerous
it's a very dangerous place. I was re-racking a weight, and at the gym, this middle rack, it just has like a little piece of metal kind of blocking it from falling off, obviously. And I put this weight down, and as I walked away, I didn't realize it wasn't all the way on the rack. So the weight started to fall off the rack and smashed my finger in between the metal and the dumbbell. And a piece of the bone broke off, so finger was broken, but the top of my finger basically like split in half across the top. And to make a long story short, I just went back to playing way too soon. I played a lot of my career kind of like, okay, what do I need to do to keep my card? What do I need to do to, make a few more cuts? That kind of thing. I was in that like panicky kind of state of mind where it was like, I got to get back and I got to get points because it was in Asia in the beginning of the year and it's limited field events. And I went back and it ruined my golf swing. And basically spent the rest of that year fighting tooth and nail to keep my card. I never took time off for it. I just kind of played all the way through it, was fortunate enough to keep my card. And that off season, I was like, I'm so tired of this shit. Like, I want to get my act together. I want to learn how to compete. I want to be there in big moments. I want to be on Solheim Cup teams. I want to contend in majors. And it was just a total 180 of, I guess, perspective on how I looked at my career. Yeah, totally. I think it 100% changed the trajectory of my career.
So mentally you changed, but you didn't, like, physically, of course, it didn't help. But did you just start doing things differently, like the way you practice or prep?
Yeah, I have always worked with the same mental coach, but I changed swing coaches and I hired a putting coach at the time. And with my swing coach, he really tied into the mental side of it, with just how you practice, routines even off the golf course, on the golf course, putting myself in pressure situations when I'm practicing. So when I'm there in golf tournaments, I'm not freaking out. And just, I looked at practice as more of like hey, I'm going to the golf course, I'm doing A, B, C, and D. I'm checking these things off instead of going to the golf course and being like, I'm going to spend 5 hours here so I can say that I spent 5 hours, but not really get that much done. So it was just a complete shift in like, this is my process. This is my blueprint. I will follow this in order to be successful rather than just like throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Yep, that's helpful.
It's very fair. You mentioned playing in Asia, which y'all do quite a bit on the LPGA Tour. Can you tell the people at home, like, it's very expensive to go over there. Long ways. You got you and your caddy. I didn't realize until recently, like, some of that's taken care of, though.
Right. Yeah. So the tournaments are awesome. Each tournament puts us up in a hotel and flies us over, whether it's from the States to get over there or in between each tournament. So we basically end up traveling like in a pack and then staying all in the same place. So it obviously just takes a huge weight off our shoulders to be able to go over there, not, spending the money to do it.
Because how many weeks do y'all play over there?
We just did 3 weeks, and at the end of the year, we do 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So and
that'd be
all
a
of
lot.
that's cost free for us. So it's incredible.
Damn, that's nice.
That's cheaper than playing domestic. And if they wasn't, they'd probably get a much smaller field.
Yeah,
That would people be like,
100%.
So who you travel? You said like the tour like travels. Who's your pack within the pack? Who are your close friends? You play practice rounds, all that stuff with.
Yeah, I'm kind of a loner practice round wise sometimes. I just like to go off early in the morning and get it done. But play a lot with Jen Kupcho, Andrea Lee, Lilia Vu, a lot of the Team USA girls, I would say. And then a few of my friends have retired now, like Emma Talley. And so I'm losing my people being old, I guess.
Yeah,
on
you're
tour.
old. 31.
Yeah.
31.
Yeah,
So
damn, washed.
I mean, you got girls turning pro at like 14 out there. I feel like.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's true.
Andrea Lee, that's our girl.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Not to be
She's
confused.
with Angela Lee.
Should we tell her the story?
Have you heard this?
You have
This
told
was
me
a
the
fuck
story.
up on our
Yeah.
part, but
Yeah.
honestly, we were thrust into it at the last minute. We didn't have any
Yeah.
time. To
We got
prep,
we got him confused.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it
okay.
happens. And after 6 questions, we figured it out.
She doesn't have a dog or a boyfriend.
I was like, what
I've
kind of
literally heard them since you've told me that story. I have heard them get mistaken for each other, like at golf tournaments.
Started
It's
a
not the
movement.
first
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I can promise you.
Yeah.
I can promise you that. How we doing on the temper? Where do we stand? You're not afraid to get a little fired up out
Oh,
there.
no.
Personally, God bless you.
Yeah.
I think we can use some more people being humans, but how we doing right now?
No, it's good. I would say.
No, I hardly hate anything.
I never cuss on the golf course.
No,
No,
not you.
not me. I would say I have figured out that it serves me better to play a little more fiery than it does to be really like giggly and excited and that kind of a thing. I wish I could be that way. I wish I could hit a shot and smile and be like, it's okay, it's fine. But it's not. I think it takes away from the intensity that I have when I play. Like I need to lock into a shot and have somewhat of an intense emotion about it. I'm not happy when I hit bad shots. I don't think anyone really is. And I think I can kind of channel it in directions sometimes that are a little unhealthy, but I think if I stay channeling it where it's like
I like this. This is good.
like channeling it in a way where it fires you up and it's like, hey, you're better than that. Like, go hit the next one great, instead of being like my viral moment. Fuck you,
Yeah.
Sarah. Like,
That was great. Fuck
That
you,
was
Sarah.
great.
I was like, everyone that has ever played golf,
Yeah.
we say the exact same thing.
Was there a fine for that?
No.
Have
I
you
got-
been
I
fined?
got away with it. I have never been fined.
Okay, we got to tighten it up out there on the LPGA Tour. If she had been fined.
So no fine for that. Props to the commissioner. When did you find out once you got off the course, like, oh, that was hot mic?
My brother actually texted me and he was
Nice.
like, you have gone viral. And at the time he was like, I can't believe you would say fuck on national television. And then he saw how viral it was and the positive feedback. He's like, you should do it again.
Yeah. Make that your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe the commissioner kind of liked it at the time.
She did. She told me, she was like, we could use more personality. Like, I
Hell yeah.
liked it.
No shit.
Yeah.
If
You
you were
want
in
to
a
run the PGA Tour
Yeah.
too? What's she doing in her free time?
Yeah.
We could use one.
I mean, we got guys punting putters out there and they're taking it
my
off the
God.
internet. God, that was
issuing
beautiful.
apology videos. What the hell are
People
we doing?
busting sprinkler heads last
I
week.
know.
I mean,
What was in the water
something
at
was bad
Valspar?
in
Because
Tampa.
something
They're
was
a
happening.
bunch of pissed off. Playing the
Yeah.
Florida swings just taking
Yeah.
its toll, and they're ready to be done. Yeah.
God, that
was
is
good
glorious.
shit.
I got-
I love the fuck you, Sarah, by
Yeah,
the way.
it was great.
That
That's
was
a
beautiful.
classic. That's probably what I'm most known for on tour amongst my peers.
There's way worse things to
Yeah.
be known for.
shows you
know?
care.
yeah.
Yeah.
I got fined once. I said fuck and there was nobody around, but a rules official in the trees. I
And
got
you
a
got
letter.
fined for that.
On
What's
the Corn
the
Ferry
harm?
Tour, $500.
A tree falls in the woods and
Seriously?
says
Yeah.
fuck. Did it really
Wow.
make a
Yeah.
noise?
I also
are-
got another one, but I appealed it and won.
No, it's
Oh, there we
nice.
go.
Good attorney.
Yeah. Somebody said I told a pregnant lady she needed a car ride in that I was getting in, and I said, "Screw you, you can take the next one." That just never happened.
Mm.
So obviously
gosh.
someone did it.
Wow.
Wasn't you?
And I called and I was like, "My friends were watching me. I can back this
Yeah,
up."
yeah.
Yeah, that probably would have been a big one.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
That
By the
sounds
way, I've
like-
never said "screw you"
That
in my
sounds
life.
like
That was
something you would say.
that was my
if I'm
first
being
thing.
honest.
Yeah.
I've,
feel like
I've seen it a
that's-
million times.
I can't believe you haven't gotten fined. That's actually kind of disappointing.
I know the great part is actually earlier in the day, in that same round, I yelled fuck much louder, but it was at the same exact time that an announcer started saying something. So it was
it got-
mute. Yeah. So
we
it got
say
covered
y'all's
up.
ass all the
Yeah,
time.
right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, before we get back to Sarah, this interview is brought to you by Nutrafol. Hair thinning is a very common, very frustrating problem that many men deal with. From stress and nutrition to hormones to lifestyle, so many internal factors affect what you see on the outside. Luckily, Nutrafol is here to help. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement brand trusted by over 1.5 million people. See thicker, stronger, faster-growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. Physician formulated with 100% drug-free ingredients, Nutrafol supports healthy hair growth from within by targeting key root causes of thinning: stress, hormones, aging, nutrition, lifestyle, and metabolism through whole body health. Building a hair growth routine is simple. Purchase online, no prescription required. Automated deliveries and free shipping keep you on track. Plus, with a Nutrafol subscription, you can save up to 20%. You'll have access to free naturopathic doctor consults, and a Headspace meditation membership is included. Start your hair growth journey with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code SUBPAR. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code SUBPAR. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code SUBPAR. Now back to Sarah. Another compliment to your commissioner. Slow play. You guys are actually
Yes.
doing something. It takes effect like soon, right?
This week, yeah.
This week, beautiful. But I was reading like earlier in the year, y'all played a final round somewhere. I don't know where.
Yeah,
Under
Bradenton.
4 hour average.
Yeah.
Have you already noticed like a change? And are people going to start getting hammered with this? Because that'd be great.
I mean, I think because it's now strokes, when people get warned, and this is what the tour said when they presented it to us, we want you to take warning seriously. When you get warned, it means you are slow. It means to speed up. And I do think that even though it hasn't been in effect yet, that people are practicing so they're not getting into a situation this week where they could get fined. So, I mean, I think it's great. I think it's obviously going to really expose the people that can't adapt to it, and it's going to make them have to get better about it. But it's cool to kind of be the first ones trying it, the LPGA Tour, kind of taking the lead on it and hopefully being an example for everyone else.
PGA Tour wants it to improve, so they're going to trot it out on a trial basis with like mini tour guys that can't feed their families, basically, and penalize
Stroke
them
them.
and do all, and then gradual. We'll just see if it works. Right? Like it's fucking rocket science. Like, no, dude, you start handing out shots.
And they're going to do rangefinders as well, right?
Yeah, that's not going to do
Which,
anything.
like, we've done rangefinders for the last couple of years. Like, it honestly adds a step more than it, takes away from one.
Because you still want to look at the book. You
Yeah.
want to know a cover number and everything.
It's more like a
100%.
confirmation that you've done things
Only-
right, or
It's
like
more
if
like
you're
if
way
you block
offline,
it,
it's easier.
yeah.
Like,
That's-
okay,
yeah.
no
That's the
Pythagorean
only thing
theorem.
Yeah.
where it'll help. It's horrendous. But yes, congratulations. I love what y'all are doing out there. That is great.
Yeah, I like your commish.
Yeah.
I like your commish.
Should we get to the E9?
Yeah.
Here?
E9.
Oh, boy.
Just a bunch of
Buckle
bullshit.
your
Well, we're doing a
seatbelt.
special one for you. We do this, like, we call it player most likely, or player
Okay.
most likely to. We've done it with players and caddies, and it's kind of like a little
You want to start off there?
mix. Yeah, let's start there, and then we got a
Okay.
few other ones too.
Okay.
But like we say something, and you give us the player most likely to fit that
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
You want me to go first? Or you
Sure.
wanna go?
Whatever you want.
All right, I'll start with this one. I'm intrigued by this one actually. Player most likely to get completely smashed after a missed cut.
She's retired now, but Mel Reed.
Okay.
She will send
She's
it.
awesome.
Yeah,
She's good at TV too,
she's
by the way.
cool,
she
right?
is. She's
Yeah.
amazing.
I heard good things.
Mhm.
Good
like
things
that.
about her.
Mhm.
All
All
right,
right,
kind of staying
respect to Mel.
on the drinking. Who would throw the best victory party?
Ooh. Team Europe threw a bitch and I guess defeat party.
Yeah.
But I guess they're known for their parties at the end of Solheim.
It's like that with
Which,
everything,
yeah,
men's
it's-
and women's side.
Yeah.
Did y'all party together?
We did. We It probably took an hour of drinking before the two parties mingled, but yes.
That's probably good.
Yeah, it was.
It's
both
amazing.
sides.
Easy
President's
attention.
President's Cup a couple years ago at Charlotte. I went over to the team room and they're like, let's go to the international squad.
Yeah,
And they're in there. They got a DJ. Everybody's
Yeah.
dancing and having a good time, and they lost.
yeah, exactly.
You guys won. Y'all are just sitting here.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get it on that international
The foreigners know how to party. I like that.
All right. You can't say yourself.
Okay.
To any of these.
Most likely to throw a club in a lake after a bad shot.
Most likely to throw a club in a lake. Probably Nana, Courts Matson.
Would you like to freak out a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Big
We
fan
love
of
That's one of my
Nana.
new
Yeah.
favorites now.
Love that.
Mhm.
All right. Who's got the most expensive wardrobe?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I like that.
Man,
Bougie.
Andrea Lee is super bougie.
Yes.
Sorry to keep bringing that up for you guys. Andrea Lee is so bougie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love that.
Now we're getting into
Okay.
it.
I thought
Well,
Charlie Hall might be in the mix there,
You
judging
know
by her
what?
Instagram
Or
photos.
Charlie Hall or Georgia. Both of them are very bougie
Okay.
as well.
Charlie not smoking.
No, I know. She's
Gave
fit.
up the darts.
Yes.
Good for her.
$10,000
10
bet.
racks with nothing the other way if
That
she
kind of
does
answers one of my questions, I think, but keep going.
it. Okay, this one could be the same, actually. We could have a repeat answer here. Most likely to redo their makeup before an interview.
Ooh. Likely to redo
We're
the-
idiots.
I know.
This is the
Never
shit
thought
we
about
need
this.
and people want to know.
We do have a lot of compact mirrors on tour. You get it during a round. Someone
There's some
Someone
dudes I think
powdering.
that do it.
really?
No, I don't know. But I can think of a few.
Maybe like Yaelimi No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keeps it correct.
We had her on
Yeah.
the radio show recently.
Yeah, that's right.
She's great.
Mm-hmm.
Best trash talker.
Oh, best trash talker. Gosh, Mel Reed is up there for that one, but
Gotta get this
Mel Reed
in
just
here.
sounds like
oh, she's great. You
coolest
guys need
chick.
her on.
Yeah.
Best trash talker.
Y'all are all too
Does
nice out there.
Stacy chirp?
I know.
I feel like Stacy has some killer in her.
Stacy is like a silent assassin.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, Angela might be a really good trash talker. Angela Stanford.
Stanford?
Yeah.
Frog? No big deal.
You're just trying
She's
to
a
suck
badass,
up because
yeah.
she's the next Solheim Cup
Please.
captain.
Yeah, no,
I know exactly
I
what you're
really
doing.
like her.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things to
She's the
admire
best.
about her.
She is a frog, though.
That's one of many.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably definitely the best golfer ever from TCU.
I don't think it's
It's not even
debatable.
close, actually.
JJ Henry. JJ Henry up there?
Tom Hoagie's
Eh,
trying.
yeah. Yeah, Hoagie's, you could be next in line. Okay. This one's just between you and Colt, most likely
Oh boy.
Most likely to bitch at your trainer that the workout is too
Colt.
hard.
Me, it's not even close.
Not even close.
Is it a daily occurrence?
Oh yeah.
I went in there to
It's
get
like,
my.
hey, all right, we're gonna warm up. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, dude, what the fuck?
It's like not this
Yeah,
fast.
can't
Are
we
you
just
kidding?
sit?
Let's have a
Cardio.
coffee.
Yeah.
Why do we do cardio? I'm walking and carrying a microphone. Okay, I'm not trying to hit a
He
golf
always
ball.
wants rest. I'm still resting.
Yeah, leave me alone.
I went and got a drink of water. I'm still resting.
First off, you
Still
come like
mad.
once a week.
I'm
I don't want to hear
still
you.
resting, I love it.
You're in there on my slow days.
Okay, for sure.
All right. Biggest gambler on the LPGA Tour.
Oh, I wish we had more.
Are there any?
You guys fire during like practice rounds?
Yeah, like what about when you're Shadow
You
Creek
play solo,
for match
but-
play? Maybe someone slips down to the casino.
Yeah.
Oh, slips down to the casino.
Or-
Ryan O'Toole loves a casino.
Nice.
Love that. She
Yes.
lives here.
Yes.
Probably see her at Talking Stick.
Yeah, I was about to
Just
say.
firing
Loves-
slots
loves the
there
If
after
they
casino.
would
that.
have it, we
Yeah.
got one right down the road. Okay. Oh, Mark, are you ready? I'm going to need your help on this one. This is a video question.
No.
Okay. This might be the first time we've ever done this, yeah? Let's see if Mark knows how to work the TV.
I'm really
This will be a good
nervous.
test for him. Okay, here we go. When can golf fans across the world expect you to bring back that dude right
The
there?
mullet.
God.
God, that's
Bam!
beautiful.
What is that? What do we
God,
call
she's
that?
gorgeous, isn't
She
she?
is a cute one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my mom just took us to the salon and said, whatever you do to him, do to her. It'll be fine. I'll be back in an hour. And we
I
just
love it.
we walked out with the same haircut most of the time. But
Your brother, God bless him, who sent me this,
Yes.
said, you know what's great is that our iPhones, when it puts together like our memory reels, can't tell the difference between the two of us. So like
Yeah,
she'll
they
pop
think
up
we're the
on,
same
on my
child.
shit. It'll be like his birthday, and it'll be like, here you were as a kid.
I love that. That's a great picture. You look exactly like your mom, by the way.
Bring
it's
that,
unreal, right?
bring that back and lose the hat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe for the next
That's
Solheim.
great.
That's
And
what I'll
put
be
USA in the
in Oh, I could shave it into the side.
Mhm.
Wow.
Like Sam Burns. Sam
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Just,
mean,
you know, that's
or maybe you
I
put one of
wanna
your
s-
sponsors in the side.
Shout
of
out your
Yeah.
brother.
You don't have much room for anymore.
Was that Christmas? You still got that
I think that was a
outfit?
Christmas portrait. Yeah.
That could be Solheim like the night
It
before,
is, yeah.
you know, when you walk
I
on
kind of wish
stage.
John still had that sweater. That would be a
That's
pretty
a hot
sick, like,
look.
vintage sweater there.
That's a good look. Shout
All right.
out your brother. Our first day, Mark, you did it.
Good job, Mark.
Nice, Mark.
You do have a temper. We've talked about it. At what age did you break your first club?
It had to have been like 8.
Okay, so like before or after this one? Before.
Oh, there's the cross-handed. Bam.
Definitely before
Little
that.
shut
Before
face.
that?
Little shut
Before
face
that.
at a dress.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if you had a better grip, you wouldn't have broke clubs at 8 years old.
Did you play cross-handed for a minute?
No, not really. So when I first was learning how to play, I would just, even though I had my own clubs, I would use my dad's and I would put it under my left armpit and I would cross hand it like this and swing that way. And then I guess when I think that's still his golf club.
8 years old, you broke a club. First off, how can you be that pissed off? You're 8.
I was
Competitive
crazy. I was
fire.
crazy from the get go, I think.
Still mad about that haircut.
Damn it, Mom. I literally jumped on my golf club, did not know that shafts broke. And so when I picked it up, I was like, oh God. Tried to put it back together. That didn't work.
Was your dad pissed?
I think he liked it, and that's the problem.
Oh, well, no
Yeah.
wonder. I broke one in front of my dad once. He yanked me off the golf course. I thought I might never eat again. It was a big deal.
Unfortunately, I think he thought it was funny. And that's why I've only broken one other club. And it was an accidental club breaking. That was probably my only one actually out of anger. But once I started to take it seriously, he was like, hey, that's probably not that cute anymore, you know? So
That's great. 8 years old, that's probably a record.
That's pretty damn good.
Out of anger.
You got any more?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay, fire.
oh boy.
If I get a full season on the LPGA Tour, could I win?
Yeah. I think you
I love how
could.
confident you are in
That was
that.
fast.
I think you could.
That was
Didn't even
fast.
hesitate.
Have you
And-
told her about your... You're going to need to hit a lot of greens, though.
Oh,
Won't
do you
you?
not hit greens?
No, just
I hit
the
a ton
short
of
game
greens.
right
My
now.
chipping's not great.
No
If I
chipping.
practiced,
You could putt.
yeah, I can putt from everywhere.
I
Flipping wedges in.
I think even mentally though, like you've got that little edge of you believe in yourself so much that I think it would take you far on the LPGA Tour.
Look out, Nelly.
Mhm.
Coming.
Mhm.
Okay, all right, last one. Okay. Some caddies got a lot of recognition at the Solheim Cup this year for taking their shirts off. That was on purpose.
Right.
Did you happen to have a little wardrobe malfunction at the Solheim Cup?
I did. And it came at a very bad time. It was Sunday singles. And let me just preface this by saying that I was so amped up. Like, never had more adrenaline running through my body. Like, my highs were so high this day, okay? So we had all the past Solheim Cup captains as like helpers for each group. So Pat Bradley's with my group. I'm finishing up number 8. At this point, I've been 2 down. I've gotten it back to even, and I lose number 8. So I go to the porta potty in between 8 and 9, and I'm trying to my skirt has a zipper in the back, and I'm trying to zip this thing back up, and I'm like, not zipping. Go.
That's a problem.
Yeah, go out of the bathroom, and my boyfriend's right there, and I'm like, hey, can you please zip this up? Like, I don't know what's going on here. And he's like, Sarah, this shit's broken. So I go onto the tee. Madeline's like already basically hitting. I'm like, hey, I'm really sorry. Like, yada, yada. Get the number from my caddy. And she's hit and I lose the hole. And I'm fuming, right? I'm like, fucking skirt broke. I lost the hole. So I'm 2 down again. And I get up by the green and I'm telling Pat, and I'm like, my fucking skirt is broken. I was like, can we get another skirt out here? Go to 10. I've thrown the rain pants on, and it is 150 degrees outside.
Yeah, they got to be thinking like, what the hell is she
Yeah,
doing?
exactly. And the best part is you can see it in any of the footage when my rain pants are on. The back of my skirt is like Ving out of the back. So I tee off 10, and someone comes up to me and they've got pants, and I'm like, I don't want pants. I want my skirt. I'm hot as balls in this right now already. Win 10, someone comes up to me on 11 with the skirt. I'm like, I don't want the fucking skirt. I'm gaming right now.
Oh my God, you changed your
So you
mind.
played the rest out with it?
So I flag it on the next one. We tie that hole. I win it with an eagle on the hole after that. And then finally I lose the next hole and I'm like, give me the skirt. Like the rain pants are just
Oh my God,
clinging
no.
to my body. But I was like so fired up, convinced that if I took these rain pants off, it wasn't, I wasn't going to keep winning holes. So
We talked about this today on SiriusXM. Golfers are fucking crazy.
yeah, insane.
That should have only been a half point for them too.
But poor Pat Bradley, she's like, my brother said she could overhear her on the walkie-talkie to whoever, just being like, "I'm hearing a lot of F-bombs out here right now." And Pat's the nicest person on planet Earth. I'm like, what a good reputation.
That's good. MVP of the after party.
Ooh, that's a good question.
You had an eagle costume on either at the start or the finish. I'm not sure which one it
Oh,
was.
nice. I like that.
I had it on a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. We sent it really hard. Lilia sent it hard. I would say Lilia and myself went pretty hard that night.
Proud of you. That a girl.
Yeah.
Bring out the eagle costume. I feel like you're already
there's
like
no turning
2 notches
back.
up from everyone else.
Yeah.
What
I
you
love
do
it.
after that.
Mhm.
Well, Sarah, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck this week.
Thank you.
We'll see you at the gym. Better
Yeah.
show up.
Yes, thank you. That was fun.
You better quit your bitching.
Yeah.
All right, that was Sarah Schmelzel joining us on Golf Subpar. Schmelzel.
It's a little bit of a tongue twister there.
After 2 days in Vegas, let me go say that name.
Yeah, let's go Sarah.
Dude, but she's awesome, man.
She is.
Actually, as I know, and you threw me under the bus, I mean, she works out at the same place
Right.
we do, which I totally agree with. The last question, by the way, who bitches more? It's 100%.
Yeah, I just wanted to tee her
Yeah.
up to go off on you.
But she is awesome, man. She's got a great personality. I hope she wins soon. She is great for that tour. She's got a little bit of she likes to express herself.
Fuck you,
a
Sarah.
little bit
I
out
love
there.
that. Who can't relate
Yeah.
to that?
And I love it. The commissioner's like, you know what? I actually kind of like it. I think we need more of that out here. No fine.
Viral clip. I feel like their commissioner gets it. You know what I mean?
I said fuck once on the Corn Ferry Tour. Well, I got caught saying fuck once on the Corn Ferry Tour and got fined $500.
Yeah, prison. Lucky you ducked prison. She's awesome. If you're looking for a girl to root for out on that LPGA tour, there's an easy one right there. She'd be a fun one just to sit around and have a couple brews with, and a hell of a talent too. Good player. Ditched her haircut from childhood.
Bring it back,
It was a
Sarah.
tough scene. That was mom. We can blame mom on that one, but I kind of like that mullet. Maybe next Solheim Cup, bring that back. Carve a little USA in that thing.
I like it. Hopefully she plays really well at the Chevron this week. It'd be awesome to see her get in the mix at a major championship. Also be a nice little payday. So you can head over and get some Birdie Juice merch.
Yeah, bud.
Who doesn't want some of that? I just ordered some sweet t-shirts with our logos for the summer, and you can now shop branded Subpar gear at shop.golf.com. You get to call the shots. Choose your gear, your favorite logo, and even your go-to brands. Choose your style. Pick your favorite Birdie Juice logo and shop from a lineup of top-tier brands. From polos and hats to hoodies and more, we've got the gear to match your vibe, on and off the course. Tons of options, fully customizable, and all dripping with Birdie Juice swagger. Don't wait. Hit shop.golf.com and snag your Birdie Juice gear now.
That's right. Get you some drip. Some people down at the bank were asking where they can get it. There it is right there. Also, just a huge shout out and thank you to the bank for having us and for everyone that came out for the live event. That was phenomenal. We only get to do a couple of those a year. That turnout was great. Questions, people hanging, talking.
Keegan and
that was a hell of
Akshay.
a time. That's going to be a tough one to beat live show wise.
Keegan and Akshay, thank you so much. Donated their time, came out. They were awesome. Really looking forward to Keegan being the captain of the Ryder Cup team. He's going to do an awesome job.
Yeah, I like hearing about who kisses your ass and
Yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah, that'd be nice. Lean into that, by the way. You only have it for a little bit.
But thanks to Zone and thanks to the bank once again. That was a lot of fun. And thanks to all of you for listening.
We love
We'll
you.
talk to you on next week's Subpar.